Hey, what's up guys? It's Texuma talking to you here, and the Samsung Unpacked event of 2021 has finished a few hours ago and they released some new products. But I want to focus more on the two phones that they released, which were the Galaxy Z Fold 3 and Z Flip 3. These two foldables are quite interesting. For me, myself, I don't use a Samsung or even an Android phone, so it's not an option. But I'm quite interesting to see, and I think that it's pretty cool that Samsung is releasing these new foldables, because although I don't use them, I love them in terms of concept, and I think they are pretty cool. I think that they are the future of smartphones. I think they will be another branch of the smartphone market, which is cool, I guess, because I love to see new things tried out as an engineer myself. So I think that this engineering, all that Samsung is going through, it's pretty cool, and I love this fact that they are trying out new things. But before I talked about these new phones, roll the intro. So Samsung released the Galaxy Z Flip 3 and Z Fold 3. The Z Fold 3 starts at $1,800, while the Z Flip 3 finally starts at $1,000. The Z Flip 3 is the first foldable phone to start at a reasonable price tag. It's not crazy expensive like the other foldables. It starts at the same price as the S21 and the S21 Plus, I think, and the iPhone 11 Pro or E12 Pro Max. So I think that this $1,000 price tag will entice a lot of people to upgrade to a Z Flip 3 instead of keeping their glass slabs. So I think that it will be the first foldable phone to hit the consumer like market, because $1,000 is more reasonable, although it's a very expensive phone. It's more reasonable for a consumer to buy, not 2,000. When you see 2,000 price tag, you get scared. But the Z Flip 3 will feature a new design approach, so it will have a very similar design to the Pixel 6 that has been released by Google, not confirmed and pre-ordered, but has been released and confirmed by Google. So the Galaxy Z Flip 3 will have a slight glass panel at the back where the cameras are, and it will feature two cameras. The alignment is just like probably the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 12, so the same cameras as the last year, a little bit better, but the cameras are not the focus on these foldables, even on the Z Fold 3. So the cameras are a little bit better than the last year's phones, but they are not as good as the S20 and the S21 Ultra. So I think that if you are looking for the best cameras on the market, try to avoid the foldables from Samsung. But if you are looking for two fun phones, please take a guess, because these phones are very fun to use. The Galaxy Z Flip 3 has a 6.7-inch inner display, so when you unfold the phone you have a 6.7-inch display, which is pretty cool and very big, like the iPhone 12 Pro Max. And when you close it, you only have a 1.9-inch display at the front, but that's only to watch some notifications and who's calling you. That's not the main display. The main display on this phone is to open up and to unfold the phone. And then the rest is history. It's very fun phone to use. A lot of reviewers have told us that this Galaxy Z Flip is a very fun phone when you close up to hang up the calls and all of that. But I think that this is a pretty gimmicky phone in terms of the gimmick of folding. It's not folding because it has a purpose to fold, although I think it's pretty small when folded up, so I guess that's a perk, but I don't know. Although it's $1,000, so I can justify that if it's a good phone to use. While the Galaxy Z Fold 3, it's another history. For me, it's the best fold ever. This phone, it's pretty cool. It has everything you want to. It has S Pen support. It's now water resistant, just like the Galaxy Z Flip 3, and it's more tough than last year, even being lighter. So this new Galaxy Z Fold 3 focuses more on improving the strength and resistance of the last year's Fold 2. It uses the same camera array, the same camera lenses, but it has a little bit better camera because now it features optical stabilization on the ultra-wide lenses, but that's the only difference. So this now Galaxy Z Fold 3, in terms of main cameras, it doesn't change a lot. But on the main display, finally we have a huge 7.6-inch display uninterrupted with no camera hole. This new display features no camera hole because now we have an under-display camera, the first from Samsung. And although you can see it when looking at this picture, I think it's pretty amazing that companies are now trying out to use this new camera technology to try to give you a complete display, no interruptions. So if you are a fan of this, please, the Galaxy Z Fold 3 is an amazing option, although starts at $1,800 and it's pretty expensive if you think so. It features a Snapdragon 888, so flagship processor from Snapdragon and from Qualcomm, which is the best that you can find on an Android phone right now, and it features 120Hz variable refresh rate display, which is a little bit of mesh between plastic and glass. So it's the same in various categories, just like the display and cameras from last year, but it has some new quirks that make it even better. The front display is it's a cool display, but as you can see here, I mean, it's very thin, but it's very tall, so it's very strange aspect ratio, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. But I think that this Galaxy Fold will sell better than last year because it has, in my opinion, correct a lot of issues that you have when buying a Fold. It's now a very expensive toy to have, so I think that if you are a fan of this phone, you should buy it. You don't need to think twice because this phone is pretty cool. And that's all that Samsung released in terms of foldables. I think these new foldables will reach the market and it will sell better than last year's foldables, and especially that Galaxy Z Flip 3. It's a pretty interesting foldable, and I'm excited to see what happens when it hits the normal market, just not the US or UK. But what are your opinions on these new two Samsung phones? Are you excited for that? They also released a new Galaxy Watch and Galaxy Buds, but I don't care for those. And what are your opinions? Don't forget to comment them down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And this was Tex talking to you here. Bye.